You enjoying that, John?
Oh, sorry, are we on? Sorry.
Oh,
hello!
Hello, and welcome to Tricks.
Delicious, that.
Not Tricks.
Not Tricks.
Fireside Chat.
We've forgotten how to do this. How long's it been?
Well, this is Tricks. This is
Tricks.
Fireside Chat 31, and the last one we did was before Tricks in the Sticks.
Has it been that long?
This year.
We thought it was time we did another one because the world's really gone to hell since we started doing this.
Yes, I don't think it's particularly gone to hell because we haven't done.
Well, I think it is. I
Fireside
think it is. I think we held society together. I mean, we've been without Fireside Chat. We're already out of Europe, and there's
America.
a megalomaniacal dictator about to take over America, and we need to.
We need to get back to core values.
Yeah, we do. We need to sort of bring everybody
Core
back on
values.
track with a Fireside Chat. So, what are we talking about today?
Well, I thought we might mention Tricks in the Sticks, both past and present.
Yes, yeah. It's a bit
Already
late for a retrospective on the.
Well, it's
the
nearly
last
4
one.
months since it took place already, I think. June, July, August, nearly 4 months.
Yep.
And the good news about that is it's only 8 months till the next one.
8 months. A lot of work
You've
to do.
got a lot of work to do, John.
Well, not as much as last year because I'm not lecturing next year, which is the pressure's off on that on that front.
Well, we'll come back to that in a moment. So what were your thoughts, what were your highlights of 2016 Tricks?
It's always
Getting
done.
off stage at the end of your lecture?
The end of the lecture was always handy.
And funnily enough, a lot of other people said that about your lecture. That was their highlight.
Yeah, well, it was another good year. I mean, it was a difficult run up because I mean, in all seriousness, we had problems with Tamar in and out of hospital, and,
Yes.
and I was trying to get things done. Everything turned out to be absolutely fine in the end, and she's made.
It was difficult because, of course, we had personnel difficulties. Tragically, we lost Paul Daniels, who was slated to appear. We, for obviously different reasons, Buster couldn't make it, so that was another huge disappointment. So yeah, there were some difficulties, and as you say, you had Tamar, but I think nonetheless it was very popular. There were some great lectures. There was I think the abiding feeling I have always about Tricks is camaraderie.
Yeah, it's just a very friendly.
What
convention to
is
be
it? I read occasionally that people say that there are cliques, or some people say cliques.
It's
some people
usually
say
small
cliques.
groups of people who won't talk to anybody else, accusing everybody else of being in a clique. I think they need to turn themselves inwards and have a look, because generally, if you come and talk to anybody, then people will talk to you and join in and be friendly with you. Certainly, if you, Jeremy, Gary, and myself are generally running around like chickens with their heads cut off because we're busy. So sometimes we can run past people and but we're very approachable as soon as everything's over.
No,
So
I mean, it does strike me as very very friendly, and there's a huge amount of good humour that goes on. And to me, that is the big highlight. The personalities and the individual lectures and the things like that are less important than the sort of the feeling of the group gelling as a whole.
yeah, and it's we had a great time, and I think the guitar player's still going on, isn't he? He's not finished yet.
That is my esteemed guitar teacher, Tim, who is, I think even those who felt that that might have gone on a little bit would be the first to agree that he is damn good at what he does.
Well, I couldn't do it.
He is outstanding. Anyway, looking forward to 2017. We still have some announcements to make.
It's frustrating because we normally do, and we're quite transparent about it, but there are certain things we can't confirm yet. Very exciting announcements.
So we do have Ken Scott. We are excited about that. Ken is an all-round good bloke, and we're looking forward to him coming over.
And Ken seems very excited about coming over as well. Every time I speak to him, I speak to him quite regularly. He will call me regularly, Skype me while he's driving his car, and
all right.
So I talk to him from his lap. Generally, he puts the phone in the lap and he's driving along. I'm so excited about Tricks in the Sticks. That's his accent. I'm so excited about Tricks in the Sticks.
He talks like that?
Yeah, like that. He's from New York. That was
I thought he was from
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
where the Walking Dead come from. But he's
Well, so anyway, we've got Ken Scott and Quentin and I are doing a joint lecture. And in fact, Quentin and I have already had a meeting about it.
I can say, and Jeremy may be modest at the moment, I've seen some of the stuff that's going to be in this lecture, and I'm very excited to see this lecture myself. There was a Harbin thing you showed, which was just, I thought was great.
Robert Harbin.
It was more a gag than a trick, but
yeah, it was.
It was a great little thing.
It's funny you dig these things up. People have said many times before that if you want to hide something, then publish it. And this was very well published. And 60 years ago, not quite 60 years ago, 50 years ago, I do wonder if anybody actually ever made it up.
It's the sort of thing that if I saw it in a book, I know I would have just turned the page, skip read it, and thought, no. I mean, not just because it looked complicated to make, but because on the page it didn't look a lot.
But anyway, I did make it up.
But Jeremy showed it to me, and I thought, well, that's great, and I really want one now. I really want to go and make one myself.
So anyway, we've got that, but there are one or two announcements we're hoping to make before too long, but as John says, we can't make at the moment. So we will put them out on the Tricks forum, which I notice is going increasing all the time. We have
pushing ever closer to that 1,500 people.
Well, we have 1,350 people now, which is quite incredible, seeing that it was only done to promote the initially it was only done to promote the convention.
It was something. I mean, I started the group at the first Tricks in the Sticks because there was this feeling of sadness on the second day as it was coming to an end, and I just wanted to carry that along, put pictures on, and I just thought it would last for a couple of weeks after the convention and then fade out. And it's become a huge sort of kids magic forum. We had a discussion about stage fright on there, which I started, and I found that very helpful to know other people are in the same boat as me, because and people may not think I suffer from that kind of thing, but any time I'm out of my comfort zone, I do. And Tricks is a real case in point, because at Tricks we're always under rehearsed out of necessity, really.
I mean, I was a teacher for 20 years, and I would say that there was never a day that I didn't go in with a slight feeling of edginess, because you never knew what was going to be thrown at you, and that lasted for 20 years.
Yeah, and it's not a fear that something's going to happen to you or that something awful is going to happen. It's a fear of not living up to the expectations of others and not doing a good job. And I think that's what it is with me, and so I found that discussion very helpful, and it's nice to know other people are in the same boat. And
but then a lot of actors would also say that unless you feel that edginess, you're probably not going to deliver. You need to have a degree of adrenaline, manageable adrenaline. I don't mean the sort of adrenaline where you are a gibbering wreck and you just can't sort of operate, but you do need some of that adrenaline which really fires you up.
Well, I think the ones where I feel that, I get an incredible high at the end of the show, which I don't get. I mean, obviously at birthday parties, that's my bread and butter. I do that every day, and I don't go into those feeling stage fright. I still think I do a good job, but I don't get any sort of buzz from it. But when I've gone into a job and it's gone well, and I walk off stage and I've had that fear beforehand,
well, I mean, one of the reasons.
Real high, real buzz.
One of the reasons we haven't actually done anything, we haven't actually met each other for the last 3 months, because John has been swanning off on cruises, and obviously you were stepping outside your comfort zone with people at Disney, weren't you?
I was out of practice because I've not done a cruise ship in probably since 2010, so it's probably 6 years since I was last on one. And working for Disney has always been a dream of mine, because I'm a huge Disney fan. The Disney Cruise Line is the only cruise line I've ever paid to go on, so I love the ship. I knew the ship, I'd been on the ship and paid to be on it, and I just felt the expectation was so high and everything was so brilliant. Suddenly I felt completely out of my depth when I walked on board, and you can make any jokes about that you want, because I did feel completely inadequate.
But what John is not actually saying is that they're booking for next year.
They asked for all my dates for next year. I hope that means it's good they're going to book me.
Well, unless they're hoping to book somebody else in those dates. That seems slightly unlikely.
So, yeah.
So anyway, today we've been meeting up, remembering who we were, having not seen each other for so long, and doing some filming. Because we've got some new stuff coming out for Christmas. We've actually got 2 versions of the same trick coming out. one of which is Christmas orientated, the other which it could be used all year round. And this particular one with wild animals is one that we used to put out a long time ago.
I recognised the name of this, but before I saw the demonstrations today, I'd never actually seen this tree, and it didn't ring a bell with me at all, other than the name. I'd seen it in catalogues.
Well, these are flashcards with various animals on them, and very well drawn, I hasten to add. And the way that it's actually put out is that you get the children to guess some animals, and you manage to divine these. I don't think that's probably the most sympathetic way of doing it. And what we've done, it was a friend of ours from England who now lives in America called Paul Hallis, who came up with the idea some years ago, that he said, what you do is you draw a couple of pictures unseen by the children, and the children guess what you have drawn, and the children turn out to be right.
And that's a nice way to do it for children.
So at the end of the trick, it's the children who get the applause. And very basically, that is what you do. You just show lots of different pictures of wild animals, and you draw a couple of them. The children have a guess, and when you turn round the cards,
the children are never very keen on the "look how clever I am" kind of thing. So it's always nice to.
Comes with a really, really well-made little stand.
Look at that.
And it breaks apart for easy packing. Push it together, and you've got perfect stand. Really
Very
sturdy,
nice.
really sturdy.
Yes, very lovely.
So there we are. So
I like any trick that packs as small as that.
but actually, it is a very, very clever trick. It's
nice
called Deja Vu. But then we have a Christmas version, which is lovely as well because it's in bright colours, or with these new nice blue designs. Various flashcards associated with Christmas, where you've got presents, you've got a crib, you've got a bauble, you've got snowman, loads of them. And again, you draw a couple of pictures, the children guess what they think you've done, they turn out to be correct.
So Jeremy, would I need to be a great artist to do this?
You do
trick?
not need to, I'm glad you asked, John. You do
It's
not need to
like
be,
on a home shopping network, isn't it?
you do not need
I wasn't even prompted to do that.
you do not need any artistic
It's
skill.
kind of ruined it by doing this.
The trick works itself, but it is very, very clever. So one's called Deja Vu, the other one, the Christmas one, is called Presence of Mind, which I thought was a very clever pun. So both of those will be in the newsletter extremely soon. And then the sort of pièce de résistance. I've advertised this. I've advertised this on the Facebook group, and this is one of our customers, Giles Saunders, came up with a nice title, "The Elves Who Stole Christmas." But I'm particularly thrilled with this. These are all printed on plastic, so they are really durable.
I was
clean.
so impressed with this. How durable they were.
The artwork I think is lovely. There we've got the little elf. We've got Christmas
it
tree.
doesn't shine like the laminated cards do.
No, it's a finish a bit like bicycle cards, where they've
So
got
it
these
won't-
tiny dents.
If you're
all
under
over.
lights, it's not going to glare and become invisible in the light.
And the story is of the elves who want to get their own back on Santa for making the work too hard, and they're going to hide the presents. And the children have to help and find the presents, or keep their eye on the presents, and the presents are never where they think they are. And right at the end of the trick, a card that you've already shown the back of turns out, well, I'm not going to tell you what the finish is because that would spoil it.
Did they find the presents?
Maybe not. Maybe Christmas won't happen
Maybe Christmas
this year.
is cancelled.
But that really is lovely. That will be on sale very soon. They're all packaged up, ready to go. I've just been waiting for John to stop swanning around the Mediterranean, get back here and actually do some work and do some filming.
It's my Disney Mediterranean.
Oh, I thought that you were showing that you've been overeating.
Well, I certainly have. my Disney Mediterranean cruise ship.
And I believe these are
I'm a
very,
company-
very exclusive, aren't they?
I bought it in the shop,
Yeah.
gift shop, paid full price for it.
So exclusive to those who are willing to actually put some money.
Because I'm a Disney geek.
So there we
Get
are.
motherships.
Nice to get back into the groove with.
And so, Tricks 2017. That is next year, isn't it? 2017. Yes, that's the next one. I say this because I've actually been designing graphics for Tricks 2018. And that's how far in advance we work. I've actually been doing things for that this over the weekend, messing about with various things. So
plans are reasonably well advanced.
Is there anything we can announce or anything we can hint at?
No.
No, nothing.
Not yet.
Nothing yet. Oh.
Well, we haven't even managed to announce fully 2017, so 2018.
But there's going to be some big announcements.
Yes.
Both before and at the convention.
Yes. Very exciting.
So it's going to be exciting times.
All right. Thanks for watching again, and we will see you at Fireside Chat number 32. And you're going to have a...
Oh, would you like some of this? It's PVA.
Is it?
My favourite.
It's got quite a nice
Cheers.
flavour, hasn't it? Cheers. Bye.
Bye.